Something everyone, tops are dumb, but CrossFit is not. And I'm just here, I wanted to do a little review from what was this weekend, maybe the favourite competition that I've ever taken part in. It was the CFL series, CrossFit Llanell Foursomes, the third event in a 4-event calendar for the year. We started off the year with triples, doubles, then we had solos. Then this weekend we had the male, female foursomes, and coming up at the end of the year we've got mixed pairs again. And I just wanted to give you a quick rundown, show you some footage, and really let you in on what was the best competition that I've ever been a part of. It was a completely different competition from anything that I've ever been a part of. Up until this point, I've only ever taken part in CrossFit competitions that have taken place in the box. This was outside the box, physically, and in terms of the programming. There were 4 WODs, WOD 1, WOD 2, WOD 3, they all took place outdoors in the arena in the centre of Llanelli, and then WOD 4 headed indoors to the pool, and let me tell you, it was an absolute belter. But not only was it taking place outside, the programming had to be outside what most of us are used to as well. There were no barbells, there were no rigs, there was minimal machines. It was really an introduction to fitness, I think how it's supposed to be when you're just given a task and required to complete it. WOD 1 was a fun one, where we all got to squat various weighted sandbags and then toss sandbags over the beam, then toss ourselves over the beam before approaching the tyre in order to get our score. There were 4 intervals, and let me tell you, by the end of it, people were broken. Literally, in the sense of our very own CFL media, Steph Evans, but also metaphorically, it was hard work for the everyday athletes and the RX athletes as well. But it really was just the gateway drug to the test that was coming up, WOD 2 and WOD 3. WOD 2, the 1 kilometre run straight into the work of WOD 3, which was worm. Non-stop worm until the clock ran out. 50 burpees, 40 squats with a worm, 30 thrusters, 20 clean and jerks, all the while moving, advancing the worm as we went. And if anybody got there, which I'm not sure anybody did, a lunge back to the finish line for glory. That WOD, I saw a video of it 2 days later, and I could feel the video in my quads. It was horrendous. Outside, we didn't just have the arena set up with the sandbags and the worm and the beam and the tyre. We also had the vendor village, and it was probably the best vendor village that I've been to for a competition as well. There were 3 options for clothing, there were 3 options for food, there were 2 options for drinks, and that's not to mention the CrossFit Llanell merch that was on sale as well. We were joined by JPI Apparel, we were joined by YBL, Your Best Life, and we were joined by Stride Athletic, as we have gotten accustomed to in our CrossFit Llanell comps, as well as having the Burger Boys there, Stone Baked Pizza people, and Kutch providing donuts and coffees, and halfway pour in the pints, which were enjoyed at half time and at the end of the day as well. It was a really banging vibe. Visually, it was spectacular. The sun was out, people were in a good mood. DJ Sherman was making sure that our feet kept on moving the entire time. It was just a really class environment. And that was not even the best bit. The best bit was saved until last, when we headed indoors, when we went into Llanelli Leisure Centre and took over the pool for WOD 4. Going into the leisure centre, seeing the gallery filled with athletes and spectators and families, looking down over the pool with the ski ergs and the dumbbells and the judges in their matching attire, it felt legit. And the workout was legit as well. The first 3 workouts were sort of workouts to be paced a little bit, to work together with one another, but there was no hiding on this 4th workout. 3 widths of the pool, into various dumbbell movements, into as much ski erg as we could muster, all within a 2-minute window, before repeating that 4 times. It was vomit inducing, and I don't think the Tiny Rebel pint and the Burger Boys in the lunch interval was a great idea. I want to say congratulations to everyone who was a part of it, the athletes who took part, the volunteers, the judges, the guys who were down setting up at 6 a.m. and no doubt were still setting down at 6 p.m, the vendors, and especially the folks who came out on top of the podium. There were some real brave performances. There were some real courageous efforts by people involved, none less than those from our box, CFL, the RX guys standing on top of the podium, and we had a team in third place in the everyday athlete as well. From start to finish, it was an absolute pleasure to be a part of it. I really do hope that we get to do something similar at least next year. And if you were on the fence about taking part in this year's outdoor, then I hope that this and the other media that other people are putting out showing you what a wonderful day it was might be enough to convince you to jump on in. I've heard it said that a few people were put off because of the swimming involved, but think of it like this. The swim in total, you were probably in the pool 4 times for less than a minute each time. So in reality, there was less swimming than there was in the 1 kilometre run. There was the option to wade as well, so that needn't have been anything to put anybody off. As I said, it was the piece de resistance, it was the cherry on the icing on the cake, and it was a fantastic day. So we popped our tops, we had fun in the sun, and here's to hoping that we can do exactly the same, maybe with some variation in the workouts, but more of the same next summer in the next CFL series Foursomes Outdoors. We don't have to wait that long for some more CFL series action though, because remember that at the start of December, we've got the mixed pairs. I'm sure there'll be plenty coming out about that soon enough. Okay, love to you all. Peace. Goodbye.